You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We where they bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Well, today na Tuesday, the 25th day of February 2025. And inside this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show today, we can talk about leadership and governance. Also, we can talk to two people and we get two different views them about salon leadership and governance. We discuss the issues here for see how far the country don't come, the different presidents them we don't do, whether they don't live up to the expectation of leaders. We discuss the issues and how it affects governance in general. Now that's what they can look at inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, you said for the watch we go get opportunity for add your voice to the conversation this morning. As always, Liberty TV, we they look at different topic them and bring experts them for analyze the issues. Well, today na the program, just like what Mabel don't tell you, we they can look at the different leader the way Salo don't get and also the governance system. Outside the country get wrong, we up till now, Salon. Plenty people believe say the struggle forget right leader we go do the things that we go develop the country. We continue the breakfast show and also as yesterday net una don't see a video we go viral usai the leader of the opposition at parliament when a Honorable Abdul Kabo then say a house been burned. We go hear from Honorable Abdul Kabo this morning as he will tell you exactly what caused the fire. Good morning, Honorable, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show. Firstly, we just want to say sorry for the incident what happened to you yesterday night.
Yes, good morning, Mabel. Good morning, Liberty. Thank you very much for expressing very sympathy with me.
All right, yesterday night a video go viral on the social media. Usai, your house been there on fire. A lot of people they get these conflicting stories as to a lot of people they get conflicting stories as to what caused the fire. Start for tell the viewers then this morning what exactly caused the fire. All right, that's na Honorable Abdul Kagbo, the leader for the opposition at Parliament. Yesterday night, a video will go viral show say a house be on fire. So they can't talk to her this morning as they can't tell we waiting exactly been caused the fire and all the other things that we get for know about that incident. The program where they watch now the Liberty Breakfast Show. It can to you live from Liberty Online TV. You can also send we your text message on the number 074-200-545 or you can as well text we now any of the comment section at the platform where they watch with this morning. When they continue the breakfast show, they try forget Honorable Abdul Kabo, when are the leader for the opposition at Parliament, where in house been born last night.
All right, so we dey continue with the breakfast show, and while we dey try forget Honorable Abdul Kabole, we just look at other issue quickly. Also, the Deputy Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Dr. Kadiatu Grace Kamara, say the ministry they work with Go Circular Salon for ensure say they succeed for create awareness on hotel and beach to hotel and bar owner then for let them go able for know how them for manage the hotel with them way they can come out spa the different side outside and they do them work for help improve the tourism development now the country. Well, Dr. Khadija to Grace Kamara talk this now one training where they go give together with the circular salon for the hotel owner them and serve the one them way they operate beach bar them. Let me just watch as Mohammed Kamara gets more on this and a gonna report.
As way for address the plastic waste challenge, we don't affect the tourism industry in a salon, make this be anthem. The Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, together with Go Circular, join hand for organized training for hotel owners and beach bar operators them, for create the awareness but how for manage and control plastic waste. By way for reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic waste in the country. Way if they talk, the World Bank tourism specialist Louis Twangward explain about why it's important for make people in the tourism sector for the reuse and recycle them plastic waste.
And we know that going green is not just about plastic, right? I always like to think of the big four. Plastic is the easy one. So once we get the plastic, then we can go on to the others. Waste is number one of those, and plastic is the biggest bit of that. The second bit is organics. We're going to be tackling that in the next couple of weeks. Right? Number two, energy. That's a harder one, right? But we're working with the banks to try to reduce the interest rates on eco purchases, and on that list is solar panels and other things that will help reduce your energy bill. Because wait a minute, is energy the most costly part of your operation? Wouldn't you be wanting to measure it and conserve it and reduce your use of it? Right? Because that impacts your profit. Water, number three. What can you be doing to reduce your water use? Low flow shower heads, reduction of waste of water, recycling of water within your landscaping, capture of rainwater. The water is not unlimited in Freetown, as everyone knows, right? So there's a responsibility on water. That's the third one. The fourth one is on your policies and corporate responsibility. So how can you train your staff, build your hotel policies to be green? When you've got all four of those, I want to see a big green check mark. But hey, let's not make it so hard. We all talked together a couple of years ago and we said, let's start with plastic, right? Because that's the easy one. Let's get together, let's move it forward, reduce the plastic. And then Sierra Leone can be a leader in this field. There's no country in West Africa that has a really solid green labelling scheme.
During this program, some people in the tourism sector be same way to explain about the impact where Go Circular don't bring to the development of their business.
Since then, we have started reducing the use of plastic in our hotel. Since then, we replaced the plastic bottles for fountain in our conference room. We replaced the plastic straws to paper straw now, and also our takeaway bags that we used to use plastic, but now we use paper bags.
I just want to testify the goodness of Go Circular to you guys on behalf of my staff. They are doing very well now for the recycling of the plastic bottles. You know, they gather it. It's been rough because we are trying to use this dispensers, but during the transportation and the distance of where we are, so we find it very difficult. But with the use of the big plastic bottles, we're able to manage it, and then at the end of the day, the staff get up on these bottles and then take it to the local market and then earn some money to take care of the families.
Inside Ion Talk, the Deputy Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Dr. Khadija Grace Kamara, been talk about how plastic waste don't affect the tourism sector in the country.
How does waste management and recycling help Sierra Leone in particular? It is worthy noting that the waste management and recycling has numerous benefits. Some of these benefits are: 1. Creating jobs. I am a government official. My president tells me that he was going to provide 500,000 jobs. How can I help from my sector with my president meeting this number of job creation? There are lots of young talents in Sierra Leone that are good in recycling. We identify them, we train them. We have Madam Isilia here that has the creative hub. We train them, identify them, train them, and teach them how to do fine finishing. And before you know it, it's either we find sectors that can employ these young ones, or they create markets for themselves. That is one way. 2, saving resources. By recycling, we save valuable natural resources instead of mining more minerals or cutting down more trees. We reduce what we already have, which is better for the planet. Because everybody is now focused on adigo mine. We forget that there are other beauties and other things that you see as nothing. For us in Sierra Leone, we eat the banana, right? In other countries, the banana peel is food. Number 3, clean communities. Proper waste management can help us keep our cities, towns, and villages clean, healthy, and free from waste that harms the environment.
Wetin na the benefits wey people na the tourism sector go get if they recycle and manage them plastic waste.
From plastic to our streets and garbage to our communities, waste management is something we need to take seriously. But waste doesn't have to be a problem. It can be part of the solution if we start thinking differently. It's all in the mind. We're always pointing fingers at others. Remember, when you point this finger at somebody, this one is pointed back at you. So everybody has to be in the realm of being accountable, being responsible, and being present when it comes to waste management. Why is waste management and recycling so important? It is important. By managing waste properly, we can reduce pollution and create cleaner environment for ourselves and future generations. Recycling in particular is a key to part of the problem solving, the reason why we are gathered here.
Dr. Khadijatu Grace Kamara end up say the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs will continue for work with Go Curcular for ensure say them succeed for create the awareness to hotel and beach bar owners them for know how for manage and recycle the hotel waste, where that go help for boost the tourism industry in the country. For Liberty Online TV, me and Mohamed Kamara, the report.
Alright, so they continue the breakfast show live na Liberty TV. Earlier, I will tell you say they talk to the opposition leader in parliament. When Honorable Abdukago last night, a video will go viral show say a house be day on fire. We they get Honorable Abdukago now. Yes, Honorable, you can just start for tell viewers them waiting being caused the fire na your house.
Yes, was it last week Wednesday? My sister and picking way they stay with me. And in brand new phone I buy for them, it connect and the charge in the house. The phone just explode. The phone spoil the charging base, spoil the charger spoil. So he called me and tell me saying phone explode, the spoil, charging base spoil, the charger spoil. So I asked her with nice, he say uncle, it's in a bad light. It's in a bad light, now spoil my phone. And the phone I just banned for her. So after that, every weekend that they can lungi, weekend they jump me once at it on where I can lungi. I've been there lungi yesterday. Now I just received a distress call. People in the cry in a compound to me say the house is on fire. And everything within the house, nothing on the whole pool. because my own room been locked. I not left from open, and me sister and picking I no more been there at the house, So now just the TV from Napala, then everything else born. Now that they happen.
So, when I don't investigate for no waiting cause the fire will happen at your house?
Definitely, na bad light cause the fire. Na bad light cause the fire. Me they now are they on me way now for go na the scene, for go watch. But waiting happened last week. Na be a signal been the sense of it. Where me nephew phone blow off. Na be a signal in the sense of it. Of the bad lights.
Where you say bad lights, Honorable, how na reach the conclusion say na bad lights na cause the fire?
Because whilst lights been there, whilst they supply lights, me sister and became in the sleep. Now the neighbor there, now them begin smell the cable sent up the house where they born. So now they rush, then go knock the door. Outside me the window, outside me sister and became in the sleep. So now they get for wake. We wake now from up, now they the fire begin. Now from up it begin.
We've been host somebody from the Ministry of Energy last week. We now one of the deputy ministers them we say one of the issues them we can cause then kind of problem here at times now faulty connection and other things them we can cause to fire where people can say now bad lights can come where they make fire end up catching the house and burn them property them. Una be don't they get this kind faulty issues them before now?
One day. I don't live in that house day for years. One day we not get any issue relating to faulty connection. One day we not get no issue relating to faulty connection. This is the first time where my sister and picking a phone blow off. That being the signal. And after that, this unfortunate incident can happen. One day we never experience such. One day we never experience.
What about the power supply? How you go describe the way how it been turn like? Because some man can say they can get voltage issues now in communities them. How you go describe how on iron been turn like before now?
Well, so the voltage they fluctuate. Sometimes then we AC not they come on. Sometimes then the AC go come on. So it fluctuates. So I am of the firmest conviction saying a very high voltage then go down supply. We make the house burn. And quite honestly, not only house no more don't suffer this. These past few months, we get over 30 houses then we don't burn. And go ascribe also faulty connections. Most of the houses then they not to now then do the electrification of the houses. They have existed for quite a while. Then problem they are not sure. You see now a very common that houses then they burn because of.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Honorable, you as a lawmaker don't experience this firsthand, and a lot of people don't they complain again about the same issues there. Now that yourself don't become a victim, how you go use your platform where you're in a parliament for raise some of the issues there, maybe call authorities them na EDSA or the Ministry of Energy, let us get conversation around the issues there.
Yes, I don't make attempt for call the chairman of the Energy Committee and see how best we will invite the authorities that were involved. Let we ensure say this kind of thing not continue again. Because like I say, a lot of people will suffer from this. And as Parliament, just like we say, now we primary responsibility that one day. I go work hand in glove with the Energy Committee for local authorities that were involved.
All right, that's now Honorable Abdul Kagbo, when a leader of the opposition at Parliament. Maybe they talk to we inside that interview day, but in house na lunge we born last night, and according to he hold the firm conviction say na high voltage EDSA been sent we make in house been born. Well, we continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show as we tell una earlier today. We they look at a topic where they bring two people from the academia when a lecturer them for can analyze the role of leadership and governance. For over 50 years, Salon don't get different leaders them, and citizens and believe say all of the leaders there so not work for ensure say they do the necessary things then for develop the country. Where outside the loopholes then they, outside the gaps then they, where they talk to people them, where na experts them in governance and leadership, for can explain give waiting really missing in area of leadership and governance na salon. We continue the breakfast show. You say for the watch we one for the part of the conversation. Send we comments na the comment section at any of the platform there we the watch we, or you can text we na +23274200545 via WhatsApp. We will read on our messages them later on inside the program. We will continue the Liberty Breakfast Show.
All right, so they continue with the program and they can begin talk to with studio guests. We don't get to the studio this morning. And now a pleasure for welcome to the studio Dr. Victor Moinina, we a lecturer and a social commentator. Wouldn't they make comments them on different issues them we get for do with public interest. Good morning and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Mabel, and good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Sierra Leone.
All right, like we don't tell with viewers them today we want to talk about leadership and governance. Over the years, them Salon don't get different leaders them. Where if you look at different people where you talk to, depending on the angle you come out, some angles say, oh, now because of political party interest, they make salon leaders them not able for the way they're supposed to do. Recently, we heard a clip where don't they go viral now, where President Bio make mention about him delivering because of the constitutional mandate he gets, and all of the issues then they don't go around at the social media. But let me look at leadership and governance in general. Let we start first where we want for talk say somebody na a leader. Coming from the academic perspective, how you go describe a leader?
Well, make us start with my own definition. Leader is somebody we ready for serve. Any leader we know to servant and all things in a leader, because end of the day, are the people who give you mandate and at them back you get for deliver service. But just like what you say in your introduction, most of the people we call leaders, when they go into power, then they forget their mandate. They expand how the people and for serve them instead of them serving the people. And under we can get the problem. Let's take back from the clue where you say President Bio with the video where you say that 10 years not enough for make a deliver a mandate. Come on, you had a manifesto. And inside your manifesto, most of your manifesto statements don't become a policy. And when you make a policy, it get for affect the people. So if I answer your question directly, a leader not somebody we supposed to serve. But like I say, most of them don't forget the mandate and they want to let the people and serve them instead.
So based on that kind of definition the way you don't give, Salon don't they get different leaders, then you feel say any one of them leaders here so fit into that definition where you give?
No. I can say Salon no get leader it. Now a man and I will get first.
Why?
Because a man now waiting feel for do. I do. Where he calling people in the morning say today I think say all man for bringing goods and come for low can do and the baggy. All man the character. They lead by decree. And I don't notice say most of the facts of waiting at the problem where they happen at this. The people that way he put around them for advice them, they know they tell them the truth. Most of them not they even relate to the people them. I can always give this example that for we ministers them and for we leaders them, we don't go into power. Then they live in blue economy. We the ordinary citizens we live in green economy. Blue economy talk about wealth creation. Green economy talks about survival of the fittest and too much now they get. So you find out say because of that, there is a lot of issues we concern with that kind of thing there.
Alright, we continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show when they come to you live on Liberty Online TV. We stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Well, earlier I'll tell you say today the topic who they can look at it gets for do with leadership and governance. For over how many years Salon don't they get various leaders them, but the citizens still they complain for them basic necessity them. For example, now one of the major challenge the way citizens in Africa they get na electricity. Over how many years leaders them don't they come and go, but still the challenges are there. So waiting lacking we get two experts then this morning where then come out from the university. We get Dr. Charles Silva, who just joined with at the studio, and also we get Dr. Moinina, who himself a lecturer from IPAM. We get two experts then this morning where they can analyze for we the role of a leader and also governance. And I just hear from Dr. Moinina, him believe say Salon no get leader it, na 8 man there we don't they get. Now hear from Dr. Charles Silva, who just joined with at the studio. Good morning, Dr. Silva.
Good morning. Good morning, listeners and viewers.
Okay. So, would they look at leadership, Nasalo? Over the years, we don't get various leaders them. We don't come, take up governance, serve and go. But up till now, the citizens still they struggle for basic necessity them. We think can cause some of the issues them, where leader then can calm na power, then they deviate for some of the things that they don't promise citizens.
Thank you for that question. One thing no more going for my listeners, they know what they can discuss on a very dynamic topic, not all rocket science. Leaders they change. If we see, for instance, what thing transpired quite recently for even the ones that when they sabi the law. So all them things they happen, we see what thing they happen in Parliament over the years. But to me think say from the point of because this whole thing about governance and service delivery. Now the whole thing, then you only for go school for say what you say in a leader and for deliver what thing they within you reach for the benefit of the people. So I remember I read an article where the author argues say, although not a book talk, we can't talk, it's a leader, it's a character matters a lot for leadership. This whole thing where they talk na character, because we really know say this is not correct. And so now that na the thing no more. Me want for come out from that angle. I think say with leadership, not only at the top level, not so just about the executive, the judiciary or the three major arms then. Even our small places then, we know they do very well. Well, everybody they feel say, and mind you, country know they grow for one party not able to develop a country. When you become president of a country or you become a constituency leader or you become a mayor, your ability for deliver on that responsibility depends on that open hand. I can always they say 2007, when former President Nkrumah take over government within SLBC, AYB, then ask me one question if I can meet what thing I will tell her. If I meet then President Nkrumah, what thing I will tell her? I say, I will say I get for tell her, it's very, very simple. You don't need everybody for win an election, but you need the masses of the people for deliver on your responsibility. But like I can always say, let would not just point hand on the leaders. One hand they go up on the leadership of the country, then the rest of the four they can't win. Because many times now they defend. Even as we discuss, we know they discuss something else. If government didn't have power for 3 years or 5 years, that 5 years where they can give with, then they give 5 years for men who put a house together for let people for move. But we just they talk about the same thing. We they talk about electricity. Somebody been they tell me, they say, well, we don't own now the same conversation. I know what they go. Electricity, food security, this, that, and all the rest of it. Why make me say self-late for Canada? We not get light for the past 2 days. You know. So then thing they talk about. Let us really change this debate. How are we able to change this country? Will they run out of explanation?
Yeah.
Other people then, when we all face the same problem, they move small. Ghana, we always use them as role model. Now the ECOWAS, whatever. But the Ghanaians then debate, they tell you, say they're very, very focused.
So for me, your perspective, Dr. Silva, because we just don't hear from Dr. Mwena, where in belief say, leaders, they not date na salon, na Edman then they. And you yourself just talk say, una self don't they run out of explanation because the issues are still the same. Waiting at the problem.
The problem is, to be honest, I can always say this, the elite class of this country. Now we get the problem. Because the governing elite, if you take her, the Chief Justice get for be a lawyer in the first instance, not so. The principles, we always don't know, we get degree. The way I will ask you, say, me and Dr. Moina, the way we they handle, the way we even approach, the way they confront with leadership, let's say even from the university point of view. Now, some people then they do not their own country. If you really like that leader, or you party in a power you like, and the only way they sustain that, now where they do the correct thing. But here is a country, many a time when you young classmates, sometimes even your own student, where you don't get leadership position, instead of you guide and you're able to engage them from something way beneficial, we all turn sycophant.
Yes.
The far right. This far correct.
So inside the past 50 years, you think say Salon really don't get leader based on the definition of a good leader?
To be honest, President Kaba was a perfect example of a good leader.
Why you say so?
Why make I say so? I've been getting the privilege for work with him because I joined civil service 2001. I don't just left college. That time they been there. He been care a lot about character. That there was virtually no difference between him and we all sit down at the one green parlor. So, you know, even create that room, the first thing we establish, you know, go down with too many people. He say, me not to SLPP leader. You are the leader of Sierra Leone, one green state house we get. And if you say a leader we want for succeed, where you don't win. The subject where you don't pass better now you for study more. You don't go say because na mathematics is Sabina, mathematics normally they focus, then where you go, you get A or distinction for mathematics, then you fail the other ones. Now in a leadership. If you really know, say for instance, me know say me don't aspire for a position, I don't attain a position, you always ready for when I always ready for support me. Yeah, I will still try for satisfy when about me target none of the one other ones then way I get doubt over. What do I do? That no more precedents have been they do. Even when a company post-war reconstruction, you do all of that. When we've been there some side, now I think there been elections, they organize something. During the discussion, this question I want to ask Ikan. But somebody input and direct, he say, how we able forget President Kaba in kind leadership? Now me they ask, me say just say, I say let we just change our own character and emulate in your own character. Because in order for come and engrave again, for come fix them problems in there. But with all sincerity, we were the people then. Where God don't give you the opportunity for going to school, we owe it to our people. Many of we get the potential for go ahead. Because people then, we all in one way or the other will benefit from people then.
So for you, I come to you quickly, Doc. For you, since independence to now, no leader not come na salon to don't match that of from former late President Kaba.
Well, you see, what would they assess leadership again? Let we just watch her. Me know say they talk from independence and Shaka Stephen. Shaka Stephen in your own time, he came in as a democratically elected president, but for the greater part of in time, now being a dictatorship, one party. Then number two, even the great America, the England, and now when they talk about good governance, human rights, they not being care. Mind you, now that time we've been get stabbed by many people they understand. We've been getting bipolar war, where Russia and America they all two been get the same power, so to speak. So then leaders now then the leverage they then get is that they can able to do better because the rules are there. Democracy they get a lot from international bilateral relations, international partners. So,
all right.
Where they rate a leader, President Kabana be wartime leader. Former President Krumana a democratic leader. President Bio is a democratic leader. So democracy therefore be used as a tool for government. If you don't democracy, you don't need for even turn born again. Because everything where the Bible says the 10 Commandments, 90 inside democracy. Yeah.
All right, continue for the the program. Now Dr. Charles Silva just do a reform as instead don't give you your own perspective where campaign leadership and governance. Would they lobbying you in Dr. Moinina? You don't listen to Dr. Silva forum from independence to now.
We don't only get one
winner, a leader.
President Kaba.
Yes, you not see anybody to who come closer to your principles with campaign leadership.
Make us start for assess President Kaba in leadership. Of course, at the time I was still a young boy. We go to school and then President Kaba as a leader was doing well. But in executive, the ministers, they were doing a lot of things that were wrong. Some of them include the now Minister of Works. He was there with President Kaba. And then we get some other ministers that we don't need. So you find out, say, leadership is not just about the head, it's also about the whole team. Like, you can be a good leader, but the person you appoint not actually gets your own perspective where you work with. Just like I always say, we had in a class lecture, that sometimes most of we get your own principles and where we work towards. But when you wake now, you know, to all manner you host, they think like you. Some people think opposites. Some people in the camp, then do waiting them feel for do. You find out, say, where we look at after President Kaba in term, where Anes Baiko Maka inside, we be get a lot of problems that we come to corruption. Lots of issues then become up, including the Sababu Education Project, where we former Minister of Higher Education was the minister then. We after we Sababu done, we Milkai Luba Kainsai, we not see anything about what's in the Sababu Education Project we get for do. So you find out, say, when we talk about leadership, it's not just about the head, it's about the whole team. Right now, as we talk, President Bill as a president might have good intentions. But we know they know, because not only would they see. When they see with ministers on a daily basis, then feel say they better pass way. Most of the time, when they make policies, they don't think about us. They know they consult. So you find out, say, even in policy development, we get lots of loopholes that way they happen. And a country where not they consult with the people then. You make laws for these people, they will broke it. Look at the traffic, the bike riders business, where then they say bike riders are not for going to CBD. But some policemen, they give exceptions to a few. And then they pass, then they go. Some of them, they pass and give money at the end of the day. So you find out, say, if you talk about leadership, let us not just look at the head. Let us look about the executive, the entire team. Are they working in progress for us? Then they think like a we, then they relate like a we. Some of them don't even do that. We talk about medical. How many of we ministers, they go to hospital in this country? Most of them, when they are sick, they go abroad. Then forget about we. Go to Connaught Hospital now and see so many cases then they way. Some of them are minor things, but because of misdiagnosis, we don't have the things to give them. But then they spend a lot of money where you can to budgeting. Every year, then they put the bill in the parliament that we get this fiscal budget for this year. A lot of money they go into some side, but we don't know who that then they consume.
The question is, some of the individual there where can get appointment for serve na the executive. Now from the citizens, them back, then they come out.
But some of them are not here. All the governments that we don't carry this country put a lot of diasporans into it. They don't know what's in the happen at the country. Our chief minister was never here. Current chief minister, he was never here. Now you bring that man in our country for like can serve as chief minister. He doesn't know what's going on with the people. All the governments they don't care. Check them from independence till now. We all get diasporans the way they come and take leadership positions. And sometimes they don't know what's happening in the country. When I was in FBC 2008, 2009, I go do a documentary in Mabela and Muwaf. They talk about education within the place. Where I played the documentary for the then Minister of Social Welfare, Soko Kabia. He said, you know, even Sabusa Mabela Day. Now, this is a Minister of Social Welfare. He began asking, how then people are also live? So you begin asking questions, say, is there a disconnect between those in the executive and we the ordinary people? Because they don't know. They don't know. I listen to the Minister of Civic Education all the time. They talk, say, oh, salon better, salon this, salon that. We get so many issues there. But sometimes the disconnect they make, they don't even think like we because they are not with us.
But the disconnect so they make mention of, should it be a yardstick for let somebody get position or somebody for just fits based on your qualification for occupy certain position?
One of the thing where the presidents get, they get the prerogative of the masses. Now they choose who they want for work with. At the end of the day, you find out that sometimes his choices might not be what the people really need. Like I can make mention that, like NRA, the current Director General of NRA was also a staff in NRA. So he be did it for a while before they make a Director General. You find out, say, even in performance, some of his staff members they don't go perform well. Because like how you did at this television station, not all man go like you. Like I make you MD. Some people then go gradually sabotage your leadership because they know how you excel. And others, they work in line with it.
But some of the ministers there, we don't care point. You say the problem, there is a disconnect between them and the masses.
Yes.
Because most of them are from the diaspora. But again, let's flip the coin. Then come on at the diaspora. When you go na then country, then na the diaspora, systems are working. The citizens are comfortable, depending if you work hard. So what can limit them? Not for come with the same things that they don't learn from that diaspora and make their own place better.
Let me look at some of them. We come from the diaspora. We, former Minister of Social Welfare, I don't forget, Moijoy. He was a diaspora. He come to England, cancel on Kawukna. MB Attila, come to America as Deputy Minister. That the two people in the way fit now office as a lawyer. We see them. And some of them, not so because you're in a diaspora, means you understand what you can do. Some of them are there, they are not doing a lot of jobs, then give their appointments and come, then move with that thing. Then they feel, say, work as minister, sometimes they are not even need for no reason to go at the ministry. Because all the work, they go to the PS, the Senior Permanent Secretary, and I'm responsible for the administrative work of the ministry. But these people do not understand these things. And President, at the moment, if he say this person get PhD in this area, he'll be as minister. Get PhD in that area, he'll be as minister. Are they delivering? Even the performance contract we don't see them get. we have not seen much from their delivery services. We Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs. She was a colleague at IPAM. We lectured together, and I also work with her, Nawanep. So where you talk about children affairs, is it because she's a female? And sometimes, even the people that they work with, they're not able to deliver as much. So I don't believe in a diaspora and that's the solution. Let us look at competent people to occupy competent position. If we get competent people the way they occupy them position there, so I believe so we go deliver. But most time we just take diasporans because they are diasporans.
I love bringing Dr. Charles Silva, you colleague lecturer, just in your submission. He believes say that the people them where the leaders them where they cannot vote for become president, they need a team for work with them at the cabinet level. For he believes in the issues there, especially with the one that they can pull overseas for her help for work. They don't even understand the issues.
Well, really, it's nothing we're very difficult for talk about because then the parties and within there, then get them branches in the US, North America, then get in the UK and elsewhere. But the fact of the matter here is, all what me go say for really let we get this thing clear. Then people then countries then within they come out. Police, while they see police then in the street, then hold that baton at their hand. Just for ensure say the bike riders they know they go. They know they happen in England, they happen in New York. Because the culture there. And this whole thing about this good governance, why make all the whole world embrace democracy? If you really go by democratic practices, a lot, we're not able to overcome a lot. In as much as we blame the ministers then, either they are coming from outside or from within them, pick them. But most of the policies then where government they make, where the executive they make, they go to parliament. Mm-hmm. They go to parliament. So then say therefore look at that law from a democratic point of view, not a win-lose situation, but most of the time where issues then go to parliament, a win-lose situation. And that should not be the case. 3 years, 9 don't left. If we not change the habit here, the same explanation I'll get for left you picking there. Until we really instill democratic culture into this country. Me learn something. The first where I go study. Me then I will go no more counter with the good. They not even worry with me. I go reach the queue. And I don't go na the counter. Then the person points back and say join the queue. I get for go back. I spent something like over 1 hour because it was another very long queue now where I go join. What are they trying for? Say even when I come back naturally, I can go to certain places, then public places, then so until they meet a colleague or a former student, hey dog, just come. I say, but what of these other people? Exactly. Because I don't think they are an example. Because even this corruption how they talk about, when they find them very difficult for her, we can forget say if me the thief me picking they do. They not gonna know me salary exactly. Even when you say they can't work where they work, yes, I go able for feed them, but at the chain cars, how many of we? Dr. Moyena, we get courage for we will not get courage for African colleagues. Where are you getting all of this money? You know with this money, they see the money they count them, but don't other countries that what they talk about. Even when you account they grow, alarmingly, and then they alert you, they say, what is wrong? Sometimes even you wife, woman asking husband, where are you getting this extra money? So this thing about patriotism, or we very unpatriotic. We just the romanticize them, we the talk now one grain salary will get, but one grain if you don't say now one grain trust you get, you for use them with care. But would they loot the country?
You described President Bio earlier as a democratic leader. Based on that definition and description we give President Bio, what you go say in terms of service delivery when that's purposely governance can they about? What's in government don't do so?
Yes, now a democratically elected leader. And one thing also we can make one mistake. The regime we get at this country is a democratic regime. Yeah. Meaning the rules of every game, whether you're a teacher now or whatever you did. Now that make even at the university the first time where students they say you don't spy, then you're the driver. Now then they create room for make them really go get hearing, for make them even appeal, so that at the end of the day, that students they may go no say this happened to me because I do this. Mm-hmm. But frankly speaking, if you don't be elected as a democratic leader, democracy is a weapon. And democracy, the only backbone of democracy the world over now the rule of law. Alright, sir? That's true. Now the rule of law. Now you know what they instill.
Did they prevail?
We have it on paper. But when it comes to, we know they set very good examples. South Africa, where they want really for so say they desperate, they serious about corruption. Former President Zuma, 30 days, even when he don't left office, and still there now. They're not the one because they hate her. For when somebody become president in a country, you must get majority will be like you.
Definitely.
We have to accept that reality. But your attitude will make also then change. Because you get for set example. Then say kill dog before dog, may you know say die. They are not witch hunting anybody. I know they say this because tomorrow if they offend a different corruption, may not help me, many people they not help me. But we already get for set very, very good examples. Because at the end of the day, not your examination, some of which they write for them positions. Not your examination, they write, then bring you on board. You get right also for contributes, but that is not happening. And perhaps we also, this is a small country, but now they check people in character. Some of these people that are classmates, we know them.
So where some of your appointments are when president they are you think say they can really get time for check the people in character or not just patronage?
Yeah, let we get them straight as well because I'm not think they are for the one they wouldn't listen with. We partisans in this country, not sound like the Republicans or the Democrats, and we that are institutions that are very, very strong. We hear about the money we they raise during the campaign. Those ones are very strong. Let me not forget, say, in most African settings, Sierra Leone is not to Sierra Leone why they happen in most African countries. Now, individuals, then they come together. And they even run some of them institutions, they are a club. And people put their mouth where their money is. Me no one day participate really from appointment business. I don't know how they go about. For all I know, because people that put their mouth where their money is.
So most of the appointments are patronage?
Yes.
A patronage.
A patronage.
And a patronage for the survival of that institution. You think say that man they put $10,000, $20,000 he give you, or then they invite you and then do you this. But that's not the whole thing. But it all depends on the individual back. Now make us say character count.
So how that patronage the Hamburg governance in general?
People not able to take control. If you take you fumble, you colleagues, you fumble, you can't bring them on at this place here. You are at their mercy. You're not able to control them. Now that's not the whole thing. And if you want for such good example, now you host.
Let I just respond to it in Dr. Silva. Look at what's in the happen in the US right now. Donald Trump, they use the services of Elon Musk a lot. As a matter of fact, there is a system where they set up where it's in a Musk for handle them. The American people are asking questions. What's in a Musk role? Was he appointed? All of these things. These people can ask questions because they get the channel for them. But in Sierra Leone, can we do that? Some of the appointments that we see, we don't even know. Whether they make the appointment, whether they make the recommendations and some of these things. Look at what's happened recently. I make for understand this morning where I go through me social media that the ambassador to Guinea has been called. Now we get former Minister of Political Affairs, Alaji Yunkela, going to Guinea. But where we be appointed Samandi as ambassador, did we vet him? Did we know? Now, we also get a lot of ambassadors and we don't go to other countries. And we still see issues where they come up of cocaine and other things. So the image of Sierra Leone already has been tainted. And we get more people where they come on board. So where would they do appointments? Let us vet these people correctly.
The leaders they can even get that time.
Well, now
because
now this is the issue. Now this is the issue we really talk about.
Confirm, most of their appointments are for like patronize people where we support during campaign or we bring money into the campaign.
And some of them, when they come to, let's say for instance, we merger deflect from SLP go APC, where they make a minister. You find out, say, end of the day, we then come out to these parties, the one can see the election, and we start here. Now the Kakatwa, and in Nayana, the problem can be because we don't know whether the person come by meritocracy or because of connectivity. He connected to this person before he came on board. So now we get all the leadership problem, and we need for address and let's put people based on merit, not so based on partisan affiliation or based on Asabi Dr. Silva. Like Dr. Silva, so he teach me he teach me in a primary school, he lecture me in a college. So he don't know me for a very long time. If Dr. Silva become president tomorrow, if you say he go begin member, begin one students within Victor, la Colamba for like then I begin undermining government. How if you say he go react?
But Dr. Silva go get again the right for say this person they undermine me government, last step aside. And earlier Dr. Silva just don't make mention say central control knocking the especially in governance.
I go tell her all the good things, but I deliver something else.
But if you're not a leader, we know exactly what is happening is that you government, you don't know.
It is not all the time that he knows. Most of the, okay, let's just give you a classical example. Now, when I be invited to that Sunday, where we talk about that town hall meeting, where President Bill be the respond, then somebody asks questions. And then later, then one go put them aside. He say, no, let her listen to her. But after we listen to her, what's happened to the lady next? Does he know? After the lady commodity or the issue where the lady talk about, did he address it? So sometimes they will tell him, all in the work, now you're the best leader, now you know this. Because these people, they go there because they want things to survive. But when it comes to reality, some of the times, they don't even know about what is happening. Because then they listen to it in the advisors, then they tell them. And even me, if maybe leader today, I'll go meet president. I say, President, all in the work, all okay. He might not even have the time to check. Because he trusts me, say, he don't give me position for that deliver. And that is where sometimes we have the problem because we undermine the trust of people that we call with authorities.
Dr. Silva, at some point, you don't get the opportunity for serve. You just make mention earlier, say you serve the late former President Kaba. And even inside this regime, you serve. If you serve not to that kind high level, during their appointment there and time they una in service, una really don't be honest to the leader.
Yes, not even to the leader first. Now, I can say leadership at any level, character matters. Because now you said self in the showcase, and there is life after them position there. And one thing we therefore establish now, no, excuse me for this, but government they only exist for serve the purpose of the state. Government now just like a cook. Then they take you like who that don't left your house today, you get your house help, now who that they cook for you, who that they do this, you get everything so that you go your house go clean, now they buy you implements and the like. The taxpayers' money and any money where Sierra Leone government go past current and past governments and they get. No, so in fact we don't even get what you call government money. But they see people then we're supposed for really educate people, then they even see government money. So then they even vandalize property where belong to the country. So when you ask about my stewardship, well, I've been there. 2 years I spent in that office there as civil servant. And many a time I get my own experiences then there and all the rest of it. But frankly speaking, I argue a lot. In fact, some colleagues then they even accuse me, say me not diplomatic or whatever. It's not about diplomacy. When you come to Australia, we get for be passionate. The only thing you get for be very careful, be constructive, be polite, how for talk to people and all the rest of it. Then even the second point where I've been the APRM, I enjoy that APRM more than any job. The only job where I don't enjoy past APRM na enemy lecturer job. Because APRM be really they focus on what they see. Here outside then they bring all countries together. Now Africa. Then say we can compare. Nigeria is going to 300 million. Yes, things are difficult, but they are moving. Private college, we are very close to 200 years.
198.
Yes. But why is it that they get pride pathway? So these are the questions we're supposed to answer. And APRM, they do very well. I enjoy them. And not mean they get them very light because you cannot change. The people get their own mentality. You get for they, and me believe say when they put me for do something. Now an international something. So now that's not the whole thing, but just like we all they go, let we not rig my rope and this year. We're not treat this country a better. We are wasteful.
In terms of
we are really wasteful.
Treating the country better, the APC and the SL people we don't take majority of the leadership in the country. Then two parties, if you talk to each of them, member them, then their own presidents them we don't come, then go tell you a listening president, and then they listen to what the people they say, and then they do them. From your perspective, you think say the leadership then don't they listen to waiting at the needs of the people them over the years?
Yeah, well, I glad we use the word the leadership. President so difficult for see all over the world. In fact, the ones then way the small places then way some of we don't visit, then say like Australian with presidents them the accessible passport. Who presidents then at the world? Like Cairo, where we go there? Then tell you something, then say if even American ambassador now, British high commissioner, where you go now Cairo, the day where they reach there, you know they even carry family they go present your credentials to the president. After that you are into all they only see where they bid you farewell. But how would you do all of that? So, but frankly speaking, if you say sit down at this office, you're like going at this place here. This place is clean because somebody they were in charge of cleaning it, they clean. If the teacher you get for teach. But when you go to the schools then, some schools then the teacher they teach. They still they go side by side in the whole. So and for my country go before we in politics we can say the state they function like a machine. or like an organism. If you say you know somebody where that means all the parts then all the organs then will make you then they work. But if you get somebody they do very well here, so I think see we get for be very, very rigid. It's not just about talking. If somebody they perform, you don't set your direction and this person attitude they go contrary to you, you feel say go attain your objectives. But for God to get rid of the person. You don't need for hater.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really need for hater. Now that no more than they do not the diaspora. More so even with diaspora as we begin talking in the can now, the one that they don't stay out of Australia. What is they do? They go under. In the first instance, nobody knows to tell because they all know so it's not your property. If they give you a state vehicle, when a government number plate, you will not say not to you. Some countries they observe that.
You think say currently anybody in any leadership position will not fit for purpose, but still holding position?
Well, I'm not going able for tell because the leadership they retop. The leadership, these leaders is being supervised. Just like we say, say don't know.
They're supervised.
You got a head of department. If not the head of the department, where there is a dean.
Yes, there is a dean.
No, so
yes.
Then there is an administration registrar. Exactly. So then countries then where they do well, or then institutions then where they do well. Now then institutions where the leadership not to armchair, the level where alone they not to armchair business. Then number two back, we don't create a lot of institutions, but we know the user. I just imagine why we for the debate about agri-food production now, why Jala not go take the lead? When I do get the experts then. Who they did at this place here, they talk about political issues, they already even invite you. Somebody will under go say this man said a job they are located for. Yeah. Use us because government is paying us now as lecturers.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone government now they pay all university lecturers across the country. Now Sierra Leone government they pay taxpayers' money. If not something we get for do with economics, what's wrong for make you engage the economics department? Then we're able to forgive their own views. Now that's I just they say. But they set up institutions, nobody talks to us. They pay with sometimes I can for call them free money. Yes. When they talk about setting up a peace and social cohesion, there is a peace studies unit where they do they don't need it for the past 15 years. They get another institutions. You need those people on board.
So the leaders them not only put the right people them in the right positions.
Sometimes they not even want for me go near there. Honestly speaking, man, if any then countries then you have to go for excellent people. Some of them people they need to fail not because they want to fail. They're not capable of delivering on the responsibilities they will then get. Now the whole thing that one day. Because if you really are on top of your responsibilities, you they engage with your subordinates then on grounds of who that day before or who that old. When I get a common agenda, no so?
Yes.
But that common agenda, like what when liberty yeah. Yeah, your sister, yes, when I can talk, but when it comes to liberty get your own vision. When I get to a target. That target, everybody useful. The drivers are useful, cleaner are useful, and the right of the team. But many a time, I listen to one person where he tell me, where he address we. He say, where you want to succeed, not ever hesitate for hire somebody who qualify past you. I repeat, he say, where you want to succeed in any way you want to, you get an organization, and even country, not hesitate for hire somebody who qualify past you. Because then people qualification they go with arrogance. For instance, like a Misu, even where they are the shame because students are listening. Because anybody not that. So then things in the online they make on that make have been start off on the premise leadership character matters. And that character they pass on to generations.
Doc, before we even go to question, most times some of where would they write to papers them, publish them. People in the diaspora outside of Sierra Leone, they will appreciate to paper past the one within now. Because some of them will tell you that we criticize the systems too much. But who makes the system? Now people them. Now individuals then they make a system for work. If we the individuals do not change our mindset and work towards them, we will never deliver. No matter who that we put as presidents, the president is just the head. But after the head, just look at your body, you head, and not a function without your neck. Your neck, it rests on the shoulders of your body. So every part of your body counts. The same thing with the executive. Every part, just like what Doc say, the state's not a machinery. Everything but the state. If one part's not work, the machine they get problem. The light way we talk about, now machine then they use. If you look at how the machine, if the machine get problem, I remember back in the days we they talk about SUSA 5, SUSA 10, SUSA 6. Then tell them if it's someone then say oil no the SUSA no they come on, and lights no they. Now we talk about the ship. The ship issues then they bottom. But then how do we address this thing? So everything about the state is a machinery, but people tend for ignore that day because then feel say, oh, now the president's time for take all the blame. He might take the blame, but then what about us? So even we as academic people write, like I write a paper on elections and governance. I go present in Yaoundé very soon. And the kind of comments that I receive from the editors and part of the editorial board, then say some of these examples, then you hardly see an academic policy writer. Because these are perspectives from what they see as governance model. But we don't ignore them. Most of the time, they don't even listen to us. Then we'll call you for a program. After you go don't talk, all the way you want for talk, then say thank you very much. We will get back to you. It's done. And at the end of the day, nothing has been done.
The one them working day around the presidency, for example, if we take President being leadership as a case study, how you go describe the thing them way they don't do for ensure because more of citizens you ask them questions now service delivery they want no box.
Definitely.
They don't want to know that you pick for work with you whether they deliver or not. Waiting they want, let them get access to waiting they want and let them able for provide for get them services then they. How you go describe President Bio, the one the way you don't choose for work with them so far?
I'll just take one. The chairman of the Presidential Initiative on the Energy and also Allergy KKY. Then he be there some say on a television program recently, which a lot of that the problem we face with electricity is a 40-year-old problem. We not say the problem down there for 40 years. Let's look at solution. So most of these people, they come with a lot of ideas that this and this will work. It's not about ideas anymore. Let's see how best the ideas can translate into reality. And Nyanda, we can get the issue because sometimes when we pick them for letting the discussion is fantastic. Don't worry, at the Chinese country, even President Bill himself, 2018, where he be the campaign, he say all the problems socially, and I get professionals that will go fit into that day. Now he's been there for over 6 years. Then he still release a video where say the problems socially cannot be solved in 10 years. So why you go with that kind of promise day before, and now you say you not get the people anymore? So who's the people and go? Who's they lost? What's happened to them? We need to ask these questions. And sometimes when you want to ask these questions, you don't have the chance. So for answer your question directly, the people in the presidency, of course, the presidency don't choose them because maybe they had a promise that they can deliver on some things. But at the moment, delivery is almost nothing.
You have the same view, Dr. Silva?
Yes, I hold that view to a large extent. Just like we Dr. DC, this thing I not talk again. if you don't take your papa in house, for instance, your papa build house, some people then at this turn, then papa then I see some houses there. I don't take a free time small from can collect 91. I don't spend all my life in a day. But go houses then we all be in day. Na Panema road when I build house, na bulldoze then they don't change that to concrete. So not to that. And maybe in the Ghana where somebody ask, where the president of Ghana Kufu. Where they ask for one discussion, now they ask people then. You say, well, they want the way they don't die now, then we get for resurrect for can't fix the problem. You say, we sit down on the time bomb. That is the president talking, like whatever. But many a time, all the campaign, their discussions there, would they really kind of deviate and make cannot put this thing straight. We for really sit down as a country, a national issue. We don't say, and quite recently, we know they about television, that fire incident in America. It was nothing, get anything for do with Republican or whatever. But yeah, they always use these two major parties. They use perhaps in Asia for just the past people then for justify. If you can't take over a quarter. When I broke in quarter and you want for the comfortably, the question is how do you fix it? You don't go say Adam we come on at this quarter, we made on candidate or like we then a quarter then you begin grumble. No. You can transform the quarter for yourself. Sometimes the one way being there, if you see the way you don't transform them, any side way you go make them. So like we always say, now just like what I've been saying, we were not the elite then because a bookman then get for some minister. Then directorates, bank governors, this, that and all the rest. after election in this country, or these 3 years we don't do, may they really, please, permit me the leverage for me use this forum. Me appeal to Sierra Leoneans, we all collectively. Let us leave this party business small. Let us spend this balance 3 years or months where we don't left for really see. Come 2028, we go now get a spot. We say we don't score this year. We don't score this year. Most of man say, well, anytime you celebrate your birthday, if therefore ask you say, I'm not 40, 50 years. What can I show for it?
Yes. You feel saying a constitutional mandate is toward development and salon, or the one that we can into governance, not they take the people serious.
Well, it's not even that the constitution says we know the allow. Now the rule of law we know the respect in this place here. Now the rule of law we know the respect. And the only thing around the way they instill and the first function of every country in the world, now the rule of law. All within the past now, America, Donald Trump, they say this, they say this, even from within Republicans. Right now, one lady the way they question her. Because that man, they are wealthy man, they know for Naya. But not of this same country, we don't like, we don't say dominion, resort, this, that, and all the rest of it. Are those people not in our midst?
They are still here.
What are we telling to our children? I don't say, because make they say this, now for save me so, I don't want to go here. Like I don't get any other work safe again. That teacher works safe, I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Because I know what thing they make me happy. But we say we don't do so. Let we stop using people. And now it's dangerous for we because we can no longer use. Not a classroom no more now teaching they take place. The radios then they talk, some people go in television. And they see what thing they happen in Abuja. So the demand of the public, of the Sierra Leonean public is getting higher because of exposure. Then they see what thing they happen in another country. China, what would they talk about? China now they are talking about 2025. They want Shanghai emerge as the most as the most powerful city in the world. So they all they put Andy. But we now many a time as we speak, we have a lot of Sierra Leoneans where they even look forward to something way back. There's an MCC money, they come, we turn out to a debate. Some people then they even go all over social media and we are not even talking very well about Sierra Leone. Good things are happening. Really. Not for say all is lost. Things then they happen small. And mind you, we are late. This same book talk now don't make we don't late. I'm not being a better sense in the 70s or the 80s, but where side the diamond go?
Totally.
Where side the diamond go? You know they work under this country for complete 20 kilometers if you know they cross water. Some countries they are landlocked. So sir?
Yes, sir.
Some countries the stone will get they not even get her.
Nothing.
Somebody been telling me one Pakistani, he said the rock number way is in Australia, he said he able to macadamize the whole of Africa. So these are the things we should be able to begin to think big. You bet big, you win big.
Please permit me this. I've been listening to Abdul Kabo will not be interview. He make mention of something we draw me attention. That he go engage with the committee chairman for energy in the parliament. You don't know say the problem they beforehand. Because instead attest to the fact say sometimes some hosted in the area where we don't get the problems before. Why didn't you engage at that time? Not so now where you're Ostonborn means say you want to take action. So sometimes some of these leadership things that we talk about, it will only happen because it affects them. When we had the Ebola, where we began our travel restrictions, some of our ministers they're not able for travel, some of our parliamentarians they're not able for travel. What they do? They run into action. So is it that now where people in authority get problem, then go on for solve the problem? Or should we take an action before the problem happens? Sometimes it's fine for us we be preemptive rather than reactive. Where we be preemptive, we look at things before they happen. But when we reactive, and after it happens, we want to take solution. I believe that one back to another point, so like we for really look at.
One for ask Dr. Silva. Bola ask you the question, then I will ask the same thing to Dr. Silva. Between patriotism and good leadership, which one Salon the struggle with?
Also, with the struggle with patriotism, with the struggle with good leadership. Like how we don't attest. Leadership, let we not just look at the top. Even in we homes, society they broke down because the families that they broke down. Most homes that we will get now this country, where they suffer from divorce, marital crisis, and everything, now because of leadership. Not I believe say Salon the struggle for both, in simple terms.
Dr. Silva, between patriotism and good leadership, Waiting salon is struggle with right now.
Then two things they're so inseparable. Because the leadership also they come out from the people then. And also they say leadership here, we don't mention the president too many times, but with the paramount chiefs, councillors then we all get our own role for play. The state therefore function as a body. When we say that time they clean. Now the people the way they did at the town, they all man they clean in your own side. They clean your own side. Not so. That city then are the biggest city in Africa. Now individuals and they build a house. So now that lacking in Australia, but to be very honest, we said the followership then. I can still recall during the UNAMSI time, we been get one program, peace education, where maybe the coordinator be they work with one woman, we come on UN. That woman, me and two no more inside motor car, they go Kenya. I say, Charles, I've discovered something about our country. I said, what do you mean? He said, when I know the shock when our governments, when our leaders there. Well, they talk afraid. I feel say she's talking about uprising or they talk about other. He said, then country the way they do and the one, then countries the way the people they demand pine. Like when more than this, for they call the way they count on 200 years. Look the way we move that day. Now that kind role we foresee in the league, irrespective of what the power we did. So everything we they talk about, now all man get humbly. The leaders that they come from, we then they treat you how we did. Some of them leaders there, sometimes if they defend themselves in Kenya, they not go do the one way they do.
Exactly.
They leaders there, sometimes they blame now. Some of them don't work outside and then at the diaspora. They were very good gentlemen because they not get better. But that part they don't care.
So is it mismanagement or are the resources not enough?
Now we they create them. Some of the time the leaders behave the way they behave because we they create them. We all don't turn better. If when they say in a minister, then we go turn in PA. You don't do that. Any side in meet up, what in the part talking are true. So this mind don't get sense past you now. I feel say when somebody engage, being loyalty is different from mediocrity.
So the leaders and the teach we
like how they
many a time. You say if they can't appoint you now because they can appoint you any moment.
True.
If they appoint you now, you not take time, you don't party, then you don't classmate, then you want the one that don't grow up together. When they supposed to engage you, they say, but this thing and I will no more, but the way thing they go under is not too correct. Try for fix that thing there. But everything correct but you.
Yeah, all thing.
So that's the whole thing. I know they say tomorrow if they give me position, my person not criticize me, but tell me. That's the way you help yourself.
So if the leaders then are with reflection, is there any possible way for fix salon?
Let we fix yourself first.
Yeah, now we self we for fix.
How?
For instance, like 1 million, I know they praise myself, but once na official business, I they accept her. Now that's not the whole thing. Now make her been start with character. Sometimes now you they make yourself available for manipulation. Now we they make yourself available for manipulation. The moment they say this person enter the head of this, all man don't turn. Some man they enter at the office, all man they tremble. It's not too correct. You can still pay loyalty to that leader. You can respect the person, but you not get a job for do. But don't know they claim you get job for do. Pass you go tell I do that force and then stop. Then they all. So for fix this country. Then strategy we don't they use with grandpa, then don't use with papa, then don't use we say now we they use and not don't help this country.
But if una like we most time we na the media can use una as experts for analyze the issues there earlier. You say una self don't they lost the explanation, sing una don't tire of the issues.
No, I'm not saying we're not tired, I'm not go tired.
We don't go tired.
No, so I don't get for this forever, tell the word done.
Yeah.
So I don't get for change. Because what things do, things they get expensive. Right now, perhaps, let me play the devil's advocate now. Sierra Leone are one of the countries that the world we have for govern. It's very difficult for govern a poor country. You know, right now, what thing don't happen in Sierra Leone, we all they see Abuja. We they see Nairobi. Let us not even talk about America or England. We they see certain things and they see flyovers all over.
Like
so the demands then now, anybody will rule this country get a lot of demands. But me feel say, let we left book talk. Take one something, for instance, you say, we don't dedicate 2025 to electricity. We're going to do other things, but this electricity, at least.
But we've seen that. Let's take President Bio, for example. Yeah. When he came in 2018, education was his priority. Now he say agriculture.
Yeah, but you know, you're not going to say pass, it go down. You can get, every country getting scale of preference. But you're going to do other things there.
Then preference here don't work.
They have for measure government business. So, in not like that man where they open shop, they can't buy. By the time you know, all over the world, look what happened in America, for instance. That don't divert Trump the business, it put them off.
But
now we say they get so
government business, so they talk about development. You they see them, so you able measure.
If lights there, you gonna say lights.
I agree with you 100%.
Where former President Kuma Binkai say infrastructure, the roads them where he make, you they see them. So now if President Bio income is say free quality education. It's something we'll be able to measure. If we can now in second time, it's a feed salon. If food day, agriculture they boom, you they see.
Yes, you're correct. What thing can normally happen now that make have been say. Then expert discussions they how they do people they wouldn't sabi. All the economics now they can't tell you for say education, the benefits will not be able for sale in the next 10-15 years because an individual something. But for make we sustain this way educational policy we will get so now we need to get some money from. For instance, if the agriculture we're able for subsidy even 50% for field research, that balance 50% will go divert and to health. When we talk Australia, I don't get the data here. Me know the work in NRA, but how many taxpayers do we have in this country? With population small. If you go outside of Freetown, you go McKinney, you go under. So now that's make with country small. But we can make this country a beauty. And the only way we can able for make them, now then privilege, you are going to continue for less when I can. We can't discuss anything. We're not really we're not kind of for put anybody on trial. We they put ourselves on trial. How many say that class one day?
So based on the generation where you see so now, after the next 2 years, we're going to go into another elections. You think say the people for be hopeful say change will come based on being leaders, them we go come, we go bring come change where the people go really see. You think say hope for that?
That question for go to the ones then we get them political parties. Because it don't necessarily mean say as a political party you only deliver to your people when you're in office. You can stay outside and still deliver.
You say we leaders them now based on now reflection we leaders them. So based on what you see, the crop of this generation, then we're able to take salon to another level.
Well, I'm very hopeful about that because one thing, hope and faith are used and are interchangeably. I've been listening to one pastor man where he say faith. Now the only lamp where they brighten your path. So as a country, we get to be very hopeful, and then kind of discussions they are then very, very useful. Then perhaps we self as learning institutions, we have every reason for the really they get then discussions then where other countries then they get. We really bring people, you say, my friend, what is happening there? Tell us. We bring them together, we talk. Some of the time we get for use the carrot and the stick, not to all time things waiting go bad, we all sit down, we engage. Now that no more they care other people than together, but the problems and where they are everywhere in the world. No country not they will able for satisfy all in people then. But you get for cut down. Certain things then they for instance, anytime where they go now are the benefit a great deal. First time where you go and where you reach, but now you can even wear white, you go Kailan. You can wear white apparel, you go yeah. You know, things are happening gradually, but we need to double up as a country. Because other countries are not waiting. Now, like a convoy. Somebody didn't tell me, Australia is stagnated. I said, no, Australia not stagnated. That time they were all in the poor we own property there now, with the kill, with engineers, medical doctors. Other countries are not waiting. Then they go ahead. You just stand like when you're enforcing this school, where you fail, you repeat class 1, you go class 2. You don't take time where you lost power, you don't ever say I'm quick. Now they happen to whistle. But I really hope I'm very, very optimistic that politics of cynicism first now will get for drop. That will practice that will replace the politics of cynicism, skepticism with some hope. Because many a time that will not always feel say things will go wrong. Because when they talk about patriotism, but with patriotism it's so unquestionable. Some people are only patriots when their party is in office. Once their party is out of office, they don't for make the other leader win. But now one great person, they change things. Then country where they are all the clamor for go now, people they change it. Look the way the Ghanaians they conduct the election, they really so use we say patriotism. Not so? Yeah. Ritu, if you have President Ritu of Kenya, where the civil society they come out and make a question, he behave like a patriot. Patriot is what actually anything we bother on the image of your country as a patriot. For instance, we go sit down and praise me, but many a times some of us when we see people from other countries, we not want for use the word foreigners. There is nothing good about it, but there are a lot of things that are happening in this country.
You just make mention of as a leader and a patriot, you forbode about the image of your country. Let me just ask you this question now. Salon image right now, listening to the international news and all that is happening about Salon harboring a drug baron here, it gets image issues. And a lot of people, they expect, say, the leader for come out and say something. But up till now, nobody know hearing from the presidency with all the allegations surrounding him, and he appointed them. Now, patriotic behavior that?
Well, that patriotic behavior, perhaps do we have, in the first instance, do we have a patriotic parliament? Because mind you, as the executive D, when they formulate policy, parliaments, in fact, for ratify most of them policies, then they make laws. Una says for una then so let's say una said the behavior extra. This place here clean because somebody they get formation say are clean. So all what they try for saying, even that drug business or then things then we will begin ask ourselves with the citizenry. We will really ask what's in the position on this. But we are already complaining. And complaining, the job of the presidency is so big to the extent that Parliament don't even discuss that. So now we really go for other people then go assist we, but now we first go for fix the problem because we sabi the problem. So just like what we don't say, if you see I'm not able to become fluent like hacking, because it's quite a delicate business. That will change them, we habit there. That will change the character, we attitude towards this country.
What make and delicate?
What make and delicate? During the past regime, former President Nkrumah, then come with attitude not change. Within our SLBC, I raised one question, somebody accommodated and they cost me all. I said, but we're not even able to define the attitudes. You can only change an attitude where you define what's in the attitude with background. But then create an institution, then put people, then they pay, then those attitudes, we don't even know which attitude then they talk about. And we believe say the major attitude not towards the country. I repeat, the major attitude not towards the country. And most of the people then, where they do this, we don't visit other countries there. If you in Ghana, for instance, if you in Ghana, man will talk. Ghana, when you into talk 20 times, they talk about Ghana 20 times. We go to that place, they me go now Kwame Nkrumah Park. I buy one crepe, then you have to go put the store. When the person they move, I really find out say I worry. Because we own country, if you do that is the end of it. Say goodbye to that property. The Baba come back, the cobbler. He say, I'm sorry, sir. I say, but in Ghana here we don't do it that way. Even the change you give me, that is not to say they don't get their own thieves. All the characters where they naturally and then any part of the world. But other countries then they take that bold step. Families then they take bold step for actually, shape their character. Then
so also we miss some. We make love of country. They see them come on a salon.
Well, almost always they castigate. They will not even, not to now, but I remember first then that made them can talk civics. We not even talk about we war on our universities or our colleges then, but American history, American War of Independence is a core model at Fabi College.
Yes.
Or other institutions. When they talk about the war, they are still talking about the First and Second World War. Not to, for me, it takes shape. But we all dodge the war. There was a time somebody, I think a scholar, coming at the Diaspora, he writes a book. But when he writes that book, he says, in confess, he deliberately refused to mention the war. There's no way you can talk about the history of this country without that war. And they talk because we want to blame anybody. They talk so that we guard against the causes of that war. You going to know, now this one have been bring palaver. Yes, if I can't do something I will not correct when I drive me can any other person way there you go say
and
liberty voice person not just talk the way we want to.
The issues that we cause the war then still exist in the country.
So now, Dr. Moinina, you hold the firm belief say Salon don't ever get leader in a world, you say na aid man them, Salon don't get.
Yeah.
So how do we find the leader as a country?
Let me start with research. Leadership, not the way you go to office. Where you can to decision making. we all come from families. Some of them families there, so the way we dey take decisions and they show the kind of person we will be. If you know, most times where we go into office, we dey look for public appraisal. But I can always say, the first appraisal we dey get now from the people within you, wey sabi you. Wetin dem talk about you, na really you. Because you go dey see say all wetin you dey do right. But they will tell you that from A, B, and C, wetin you do so wrong. And if you accept these changes, then we will make that wetin dey happen. But like how Dr. Silva say, myself one for a farm, I not lose hope in the country. We still get room for let things and change. But we will only change when we the people decide saying that this we want. And the decision we all foresee say alone as one. I can give this illustration that the colonizers then will be colonized we. They don't need fuck out with slavery anymore. Let they just bring one ship, Caliph and Awataki. Say all man for travel to England. You go see all man go left this country. And most people then just believe say now I go out. Now go for accept that change. Say let us start from within. I believe say from that end we go get something for writing about.
Alright. So many messages. Let me take few. Then we'll come back to una for wrap up because of time. They were the first for take Abdullah B. Lukule na Facebook. They say Mr. Moinina and I hold the same opinion that Sierra Leone lacks a leader who puts the needs of its people above personal interest. Real leadership involves more than just electoral victories and appointing officials who serve one's own interest and mislead the public. A good leader is one who is always receptive to criticism and acts upon it correctly, rather than silencing dissenting voices.
We look at more messages that I read from the YouTube channel. The very first one I go take, Suleiman Kamara, they say, characteristics of a good leader, we should use REST concept: responsibility, experience, service, and trust. Any leader who has these will be successful, and he will inspire many people not to talk, now walk.
Dauda Tarawali, they say Sierra Leone is a country where the three arms of government always consider themselves as above the law. The executive always uses his power to suppress the poor who voted for him. The legislature always making laws that suit the executive, and the judiciary as a weapon of distraction for the executive.
We look at more messages. This other one from Jal Songo. It said, these are Sierra Leoneans in the offices, and they don't observe the rules of law. The parliament is not doing their job to vet the appointments.
Vincent Momo on Facebook, they say the leadership of Sierra Leone lacks morality, discipline, listening, collaboration, commitment, and compassion. Our big problem in Sierra Leone is morality and character. Not only our leaders lack this attitude, but also individual.
This one from Sulaiman Kamara, I said there is a big difference between a leader and a ruler. Prezo is a ruler, not a leader. He has failed the nation. Just think about the recent speech, although his proxies are trying to cover up for him.
Victor Kalon, they say if our leaders are coming from these two parties, APC and SLPP, nothing will change. Sierra Leoneans should look out of the box.
We look at more messages. This other one said the leader didn't say anything about presence of... All right. We'll not actually cover that issue that we did talk about.
This one from Robert Kagona YouTube, they say, Dr. Silva, you have not answered the question about the drug baron being harbored in Sierra Leone.
Jibrila Dumbuya say our leaders are engaged in Dume Aduyu politics.
All right. This other one, they say, tell them, Dr. Silva, please tell them, so politics na salon.
All right, so many messages. I think we need to come to the studio, guest them, for respond to the message and we don't read so far. And I'll come over to you, Dr. Silva. I'll just read this one quickly. Where they come up from Dauda Tarawali. It says Sierra Leone is a country where three arms of government always consider themselves as above the law. The executive always uses its power to suppress the poor and those who voted for him. The legislative always making laws that suit the executive, and the judiciary as a weapon to destruction for the executive. You think so this is not true?
Of course, I don't go on for saying that true. You know the difference between we and some of the bloggers or even the ones that they send the message, you get forget data. Some of them questions then how they require research actually for make you know what thing they happen. Sometimes if you go on a parliament or you go to what thing they happen this I know they try for dodge the problem, but I don't go sit on really because some of them things they you get for back and with some data.
Evidence.
Yes, evidence based. Just like when I said they talk about investigative journalism. In fact, in academia they say that we avoid journalism because we know for it's not about actually at this time. It's not to not to praise we want. They call things by their name we make. But the one who is very interesting to me, somebody say I not answer the question on the drug, the alleged drug, with this rally. That is, I'm sure it is online. That is a matter for the police. Down in the police then the police then in this country, police all over the world for them matters of that nature. And there is this argument that any country where no one for know whether people can good or they bad, as long as they know they commit criminal offense, they do the correcting of the word. Now I mean which man then get them spicy, CIA then they under everything they now. Just like what doctor been say, you don't get for wait until crisis occur. We are almost always crisis managers because we're not able to make. I've been served as national analyst for 4 years. The role and what they do now, even the UN, the AU now, they don't go to early warning. You see these signs. Early warning, they tell even when they some grumble the way they hear from when staff, then you will not say something they happen here. You get for wait say until when people they infect, sometimes they destroy the screen. If they say on the car, somebody they say this not go left for me, I'm not go take them kind of thing they again. Straight away, you know, therefore begin the vex, call them. So what is wrong? You seem not happy. But many a time we are always managing crisis. And 2028, again, now the same crisis, are we going to take this same conversation after into 2028 and beyond? If we do that means that something is wrong with we. Like I've been started, I go end, so they run out of explanation. Other countries are doing well. They just started when they fail in school, you say, now we don't know they teach well, but other people they pass. So now that no more. But that other man where talk, the person where they talk about morality, they want to honor everything what they talking about. It have to do with the character, and the character of the people of the country. Now somebody they shape them. Some of them behavior they put here. We know they do an error outside of Sierra Leone because they only encouraged we. They the only thief. Even the corruption. Somebody is conniving. One great person not the corrupt too. Somebody is dishing out that money. So if you see it cuts down on them kind of people, then they things will go. But still, you see. All is not lost. We now are the ministers then, and people the ones that were heads of departments, ministries, and agencies, when are they all real and are then at the implementing wing of government. I feel say media appeal to them for say they get a lot for effects that change it. Because ministers can come and go. But then don't do it. Some ministers then they wait them, some people then they civil servants then with them, you don't work with President Kaba, they don't work with so they get a very big role for play. And the ministers themselves, they can go as political people, then where they head the ministries or then they supervise agencies and departments. And I really therefore draw the line, we now therefore give them the leverage for me and deliver on their responsibility. So that we all will change this country, then we will change that conversation someday.
Thank you very much, Dr. Charles Silva. We join in at the studio quickly, Dr.
Me, I don't get much for say. I think say the callers them and the textiles they don't see everything. But like I say, all is not lost. Let we as people, let we put ourselves together and let we address the issues of this country. If salon sweet and better, I will get for enjoy them. If salon well to man, I will get for suffer from them. So I believe so with that, let we just put ourselves together and make salon a better place for let we all enjoy.
All right, many thanks for joining me this morning and come talk about this very important topic. I believe say the listener themselves don't learn one or two from on our expertise. Well, now they end the program for today. Princess Pierce now produced the program. Musa Salkoma and Dennis Kamara na the technician then for this edition of the Breakfast Show. Ina Khadija Bangwa, they say have a good day.
All right, continue for listen and watch Liberty Online Television. Continue for tell more people like, share, and follow. Mina Mebel Kabade say get a good day and goodbye.